that rubble was used as ballast because the ships couldn't come back empty and go across the seas. They needed something to weigh the ships down.
Because if they got hit in fucking weather, they
right.
would something.
Yeah. So then before they would load up again for more wars,
it's like a trailer with no weight and fucking bounces all over the ship.
Exactly. Got to come back with ballast. You go in there with a load of weapons, you got to come back with something.
Think about it. So now the boat is sitting 20 feet higher out of the water. You get, the North Atlantic is
your
brutal.
center of gravity.
Yeah, your center of gravity's off.
Fucked up.
So throw a couple 100 tons of God knows what in the bottom of the boat. Now you're down, 7 or 8 feet.
So they could have dumped these fucking bones in the 40s in this spot, and in that spot could have been filled in.
Could have been.
Right. Now, here's
so everything could be encased.
But
infilled.
That river is running between 4 to 8 knots. All right, 8 knots. 4 knots is you can't swim against 4 knots. You can't swim against 3 knots. You can't swim against 2 knots. Never mind 7, 8 knots. So I almost got killed that day. Okay, my tether broke.
Really?
Oh yeah, you didn't see that YouTube video from Diesel Brothers?
No.
Oh, when I got swept away.
I watched the YouTube video from them. Did they put another one up or something?
The first one shows.
I gotta watch it again then. Tell me about it. Tell the people who haven't seen about it too. Your tether fucking broke. Yo, that's bonkers.
Yeah, so that happened. The current's no joke, man. I mean,
but why? How did that happen? How did the tether break? Just because of the speed, or is it is that a maintenance thing, or
was it rubbing?
It was rubbing.
Yeah.
It was. I'm not going to talk about it, but there was a chain of events that shouldn't have taken place. Right, and it was a community fucking. It was a community fuck up. Let's call it. And I take it as another. I won't do that again. Now I know what to do.
You learned the hard way.
And that's a lot of this in my whole career has been learning the hard way, right? And it just does it kill you? Does it not kill you?
That's life,
right?
100%.
Yeah,
But if you keep making it through, you're getting better at it and better at it, and
learning more and more.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that was that. But so me, you got that much, Karen. I don't care how much these bones weighed. They did not fucking settle where they were dropped. They were way gone before they ever hit the bottom. They're gone. You know what I mean? Like, those boats, when we were anchored, it looks like we were running at 15 knots. And we were anchored in place. Those bones are, depending on which way the tide was coming, it was incoming or outgoing tide, they're somewhere down by the Statue of Liberty, which is where the Brooklyn Navy Yard is, the Brooklyn Rail Yard, which is also where I found the jawbone. And why I say they're either down there or they get sucked into Hell's Gate, but Hell's Gate does not keep things in it. Hell's Gate, look at it like a whirlpool. And it has either the East River to kick something into, it has the Harlem River, or it has the East Harlem and the Hudson.
You see some of them mammoth tusks, they're fucking picking them up with a machine though. They're fucking...
Yeah, well, tell you what. I don't know who dumped them, but I bet you they didn't grab one of those full ones and throw it off the side of the thing. They're probably all those little pieces. I mean, but who knows? Maybe. Yeah, something like that I think would have sat there. And if that was there, I think that's buried.
But like you said, it could be fucking encased in rubble.
I think it's buried. If it did sit there.
Could be. Could be under 5 feet. Could be under 3 feet of silt. Could be under a foot.
The problem is
constantly changing.
It's under the FDR though.
It's under the FDR. You ain't moving.
You know, the FDR is built on top of it. But if it got pulled into Hell's Gate, I think stuff could be up the Harlem River. It's got to fall out of the current at some point. I have a whole theory about a couple of shipwrecks that are worth a lot of fucking money. I'm not going to name exact names right now, but certain people will think that, in Hell's Gate, and I don't think that's a fact. I think they sank at Hell's Gate. I think they got battered to shit in Hell's Gate. And I think they were also picked up and spit out into these little areas where I've already gone and mapped out, and I found pieces of ship there from a long, like these aren't modern ships. Little bays, you know what I mean? Like the...
Could they not take something like that maybe looks like a bone, the same weight as a bone, and drop it in and see where it goes?
It was another thing that we were speaking about.
Tracking
devices.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
drop
just
it
see what it does.
in. Right. See where they end up. Now,
But you can't drop in that spot because that spot doesn't exist anymore, right?
right. Yeah.
So it's kind of
Get
tough.
close.
You get close, I guess, right? Best you can do. How was it meeting the Diesel Brothers?
That was fun.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, those guys are.
They seem really down to earth.
They really are.
Pretty mad fucking guys, right? Yo, I watched the search and rescue one. They were going up with this big fucking snowcat all the way to the top of the hill and picking up a fucking antenna. They had to cut it up into pieces and then bring it all the way back
I
down
didn't
the
see that
mountain.
one. It was on YouTube?
Yeah.
Now they do a lot of shit on YouTube.
Yo, them boys live. And then he bought I forget the name of it, a dolphin helicopter.
Yeah, I saw that.
He ended up with 2 of them. He was trying to buy it for something. He nearly got scammed for a load of $100,000, and then they're so interesting, bro. Like if you ever make it in life, like that's what I would like to do with my money. What they're doing, you know what I mean?
Diesel. I mean, it's just like they're all awesome. Like even their lawyer, even their attorney Cole, he's awesome too. Yeah, they're all like the same. They're all from the same culture. Those guys, all of them. What are they? They're Mormon.
The Mormons?
Yeah,
Really?
all of them. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a funny religion, right? It's like really fucking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much about it myself even to talk about it, like, but I know.
Yeah, I don't know much about it either.
I couldn't say I've ever met one.
Very,
You know?
very God.
Christian-y, right?
Yeah. They don't.
But they like to bring people in too, right? They like to make you part of what they are.
I mean, it never push it on anybody. Never. I don't think there was enough time to really. You know what I mean? So that would be kind of awkward, actually.
Get a few bourbons in you, maybe it'd be different.
2 days. Yeah, but they don't drink either. Remember,
Oh, yeah.
they don't drink alcohol.
And they don't have Christmas or nothing, right? They don't do none of that.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Pretty sure
they
they
do.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there was Diesel Dave. There was Heavy D, and there was Doug Bishop. There was Cole. Cole the Law Father Cole. That's their attorney, and I mean the one who struck out the best to me was Diesel Dave. He's just like, not saying the other guys, but Diesel Dave was just over the top, like down to earth, good guy,
right?
just a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, funny as hell.
Yeah,
Always joking around, screaming.
laugh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, right away he's like shooting a video for my kids. He even shot my mechanic, who's my diesel mechanic, and he's from Kentucky. My buddy Danny was like, dude, he's like, please. He was like, you just like have him shot me out or something. And, of course, it was hilarious. I'll show you this one. He did it.
Their platform is massive, right? They fucking millions.
Yeah, and I text him, and like he doesn't. These guys don't need to answer a guy like me. You know what I mean? Like you give me your number is one thing. It's like you can just tell me to fuck off. I never answer it, block it.
Yeah.
It's like
Which you would think.
You would think like a celebrity
normal guy,
answer his fucking call back. But yeah.
But we forget that they're just normal guys too.
It's hilarious, like Diesel Dave, right?
Yo, that's fucking
Look,
funny.
back about his last night. I'm driving to Idaho right now. I'll check out. Where is the video? Okay. So I tell. So he does this for me while he's on the road because I'm like, yo. He goes, yo. I went back to New York, but look how the guys do awesome.
Yo, what's up, Main Street, Idaho, and Kentucky? What's up, man? You guys do some of the best work on diesels anywhere and anybody. I heard that from my boy Chris because he wants to get some work done on his truck there. So,
what a fucking legend.
let's maybe make sure we top off his blinker fluid. Hey, shout out to you guys. You guys are doing an awesome job on the West Coast over here. We're not technically West Coast. In the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, the Diesel Boys say what's up. Proud of you for doing good work.
He does not need to do that. You know what I mean? And like even the video like for my kids and stuff.
Yo, these guys are fucking like the life that they're living is unreal. Like,
you know how much money they like? The amount of money.
No, like country money, right?
Huh?
Like country's money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like unreal.
Bro, they're buying all sorts of their YouTube channel is just fucking bonkers.
Well, remember, we're supposed to give half of it away.
What?
If they're Mormon.
To the church?
Yeah. Yeah, they got to give a
Makes
percentage.
sense.
They got to give a percentage. I don't know if it's half,
Yeah.
but I just know that the people that
Well,
I've
what-
done work for that are Mormon, they're, oh my
Jazz
god,
and Jay, look who I get to hang out with.
sweetest people.
Look, guess what else we see? Right down there. Hey, Dave Lamar!
Yeah, that's the one you drive on.
See him yelling at me.
The law fighter. This is the guy with the banana,
Yeah.
right?
He says hi, too. With my excellent moment.
There's your mom calling you.
Hell,
Say, Mom, what's
something
happening?
wrong?
Hope not, hope not. Answer it.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it. Hey,
It's Mom. You can't let
Hello?
her answer Mom. Like, you know.
hi, everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I gotta call you back though. No, I'm not.
Even better.
All right, love you. Bye.
Yeah, mom calls, you got to get it.
Yeah, it's like this
God
stuff
forbid
wrong.
something happens.
Hell yeah, you
You know
gotta
what I'm
answer
saying?
Mom.
So usually that means something happened.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah. So they're just like, they are awesome fucking guys.
Yeah, they seem like
They really are.
real inspiration. Like, you know, I just can't believe it's funny that they're Mormons too. Like, I never would have thought. Not that it makes a difference, like, but
No.
I never would have thought of.
They're really
I
down
guess,
there.
but a lot of people from Utah apparently are like. That's a big
Oh,
Mormon
okay.
that's
state.
like their
What did they start out life as then, boys? They were mechanics at first,
I
or
believe so.
diesel mechanics, right? Something like that.
Yeah, had to be something like that. But yeah, I just can't believe like how down there they actually like you, motherfucker.
Hello.
You watch them. You know, I've been watching since I was a kid. It's like you never think that you're gonna meet them in person, right? And then never mind meet them. Actually,
Hang
dive
out
with
with
them,
them,
suit
yeah.
them up, hang out
So
with
how,
them.
how would they like diving?
You look, dude. You always
Do
thought
they
like
have certifications? Sorry to interrupt, but do they have?
no comment.
They do have
I don't know.
certifications.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they
That
don't.
wasn't.
But they dove.
They dove. And
And
Diesel Dave
had they like?
wanted even more. Like they were supposed to do, one dive a day. I think Diesel Dave did 3 dives in
You
one
think
day.
he would go out with you again if you called him?
Absolutely. He wants to get on the boat with us.
Yo,
They want to come out and do some wrecks,
That's
which
fucking
I really want to get them out on.
they're the kind
Because
of guys
then
that
I
would
think
just fucking
they
land
really
there too. Take a
appreciate-
helicopter right to the fucking where you are. You know?
I think they would really love that because again, like we go down and we would actually get stuff.
They
And
bought
they'd actually have
helicopters from search and rescue, like actual search and rescue helicopter, the Dolphin
Sick.
helicopters, like they're actual fucking like they.
Why not?
The thing came with a stretcher in the back and all.
No, the
Like it's a
basket.
real like it. They bought them from a place that actually rescued people. I was like, wow, that's fucking cool as fuck.
So jumping back to finishing up in Long Island, when I went to Jersey, it was to start doing more of a deeper stuff. Now I was crewing for the Sidekick. That's my first boat that I crewed on, and that was a good boat to learn how to crew. And when I say crew, you're the guy that's you pull up to the wreck, they throw a hook. Your job is to go down there, tether our dive boat to the wreck. So find a good part of the wreck, the most stable part that you could find, tie the chain in. Because remember, now you're responsible for all the customers on the boat. You can't expect everybody on the boat to be good as you. Now, in theory, you have protocols that you follow. If I get lost on a wreck, I'll shoot my surface marker buoy or my SMB, a lift bag, whatever you want to use. You'll shoot that from the wreck on your reel. You'll let it hit the surface, make sure it hit, pull some slack out, cut it, tie your line to the wreck, and now give yourself an ascent line. Now the boat can see visually that you're there. One bag, it's okay. If I send up another bag on that bag, if I clip a bag off, send 2, that's a problem. Now it's send a diver in the water. Something's wrong. I can't get up.
Wow.
If it's one bag, it means something's going on, but I'm all right. Like I'm coming up that line, so just keep an eye out on that line. But you can't expect all customers to be able to do that. Everybody says they can until shit hits the fan. Then we'll really see what you can do. And it sounds simple, but things snowball quickly. Especially when you get panicked and I don't know where I am. And
How many people do get claustrophobic? Like they put it on and they get panicky.
well, you should have no business diving if you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna make it off the boat.
That's not a norm. That doesn't happen to people.
No, we'd never let them in the water. Probably wouldn't be on the back of the dive boat. You don't have no business being on a dive boat at that point.
If you're claustrophobic.
You should still be in a guppy pool. You know what I mean?
You probably couldn't even get in the pool.
Yeah.
Get down to 12 feet in a pool and you're like,
Right.
see people freak.
Yeah.
They do though, right? People-
Yeah.
They get a little,
Because the breathing's different, right?
Yeah. I mean,
You can't. Can you breathe in your suit the way you breathe normally?
no. And it's totally different on a rebreather too, as opposed to open circuit.
Yeah.
Open circuit's really like, it's almost blasted to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, on a rebreather, you have to push the gas and pull the gas. You can't take shallow breaths. You'll take a CO2 hit that way. You have to take long and push the gas through the unit. So it's almost like, well, not when you're used to it. When you're used to it, you're already used to it.
Yeah,
So
it's
you don't
like
know
riding
the
a bike.
difference. But in the beginning, it's almost like a labored breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like you're counting every breath.
Yeah, you're pushing it and you're pulling it. You can feel yourself doing it. Other than open circuit, where it's actually like blasting the gas into your mouth. That don't sound right.
Mm-hmm. Little dirty.
Oh, it's a gas. That sounds disgusting, actually. I don't know what kind of shit you're into, Tom.
Whatever floats your boat.
gas than ass.
That's a little dirty.
Open circuit's definitely a lot easier.
Is there anybody you would like to say who inspired you to do this? Like inspired you to be a diver?
My dad. But as far as mentors, I mean, there's plenty of mentors. You know, there's all the guys that I read about in books. You know, and funny, I read a couple of books, Shadow Divers, right? Shadow Divers. It was Deep Descent. There was other books that I read later on, Where Divers There, which we should check out. Well, you should check out. It's about Tenacious and finding a U-550.
Mm.
And when you read those books, like even when you read Shadow Divers, you'll see all of the pioneers, the legends, the pioneers, whatever you want to call them. You know, the giants of Northeast wreck diving.
Mm-hmm.
And these are guys that, I mean, developed using helium in breathing mixes. And, you know, if you think about it, technical diving is not that old.
No, it's not.
Talk like Donald Duck.
Mid-90s.
Really? Like that's how it works?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, I blend all my own gases in my shop. I have a shop just like this, and I have all my tea bottles, and I've got my boosting station, and we blend all our gas. Tom does the same thing. We mix everything.
You know, the
You
equipment
analyze-
you must have is ridiculous, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of money. I think we all stopped counting a long time ago.
I don't count.
It's afraid to count.
People say to me with my car, they're like, "Oh, how much you spend
Like
on
you
the car?"
said,
Yeah,
right.
but like my usual answer to people who say that is, "Do you count how much you spend when you drink,
No.
or when you gamble, or when you fuck?" You know what I mean? So it's the same shit. Your hobbies, you don't count. You just fucking spend.
Right.
The hobbies keep you sane. But as long as the mortgage is paid and the lights are on and the cable TV's all right.
It's all right.
And
you know what I mean? You're
you
not
know-
putting it up your nose or hurting
Right.
yourself.
Yeah. Try to pull a little bit away, but for the most part,
You do even just like every once in a while is okay. I bring a moderation, as they say, right?
Yeah, there is no moderation with that, though. Is there?
No, it's not. I've been there. I did that when I was younger. It's no fun. Fuck it. Gets old quick.
Yeah. But, yeah, so if you read, like, there's certain books, like the older ones that I was talking about, Deep Descent, Shadow Divers, there's, The Last Dive, you'll find guys like John Chatterton, you'll find Tom Packer, Steve Gatto. There's a lot more in there. Chatterton was one of my first technical diving instructors. So I read about him, and then you kind of have to get, like, somebody has to vet you before he takes you on.
Yeah.
There's a whole story with me and John. And John actually ended up,
It's like getting your black belt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we did all of our open circuit trimix stuff in Florida. And it was funny because the guy who taught me everything actually goes to me when I wanted to do my last course. It was open circuit hypoxic trimix, which is the highest level of open circuit diving you can get other than a rebreather. I go to him, and I've been taking every class with him now, right? He goes to me, no. I said, what? I said, what do you mean, no? He was like, no, I'm not doing it. I was like, okay, I'm a little fucking confused right now. What do you mean you're not doing it? He goes, and valid point. He was like, you're going to fucking kill yourself. He goes, because, be honest, Chris, he goes, you push. Whatever the fuck you do, you push it too far. He goes, I think you're a great diver. He was like, but it does not mean that you're not going to kill yourself. He was like, so, here's what I will do. You should get a rebreather. He goes, this way, you could push. He goes, but you're not gonna push past what that thing's capable of. He goes, on open circuit you can. He goes, because as you know, you have a time clock. You don't have an unlimited gas supply.
Mm-hmm.
You're going by your balls. You're not going by.
Right. So he's like, I'll get you into a rebreather. Then I don't have a problem with it. And he was right. It just sucked that he said no. You know what I mean? But it's shit like this along your career that you look back
He was
on and
looking
you're
out
like,
for you.
thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
He cared about you.
You might have thought he was a dick before, but
if he didn't like you, he'd have fucking.
and if he didn't like me, and also my name, his name would be on my card. So he doesn't want that either. Bad for business. But then other guys like Tom Packer, Steve Gatto, these guys are like the Diesel brothers in diving. Never thought that I'd ever meet them. Always read about them in all
Then
these
they're
books.
your mentors.
And then I'm on the boat diving with these guys. The first time I step on Tenacious. And I remember that morning. And, it takes me to the whole Jersey thing. I'll try to run through this one quick because I know we have to, get to a restaurant before it close.
Yeah,
Because I'm fucking starving. But quickly through Jersey. Jersey was like the next step for me. It was a way to get to deeper stuff, and there was a lot more wrecks off of Jersey. Now you have the whole ocean. You know what I mean? It's not like it's just Jersey. You have everything off of that, and left to right. It's all out. So I get on a boat, the Independence 2, Dan Bartone. And I don't know if Dan's going to listen to this, but I know you probably hate me, even though I'm your redheaded stepchild. Dan was probably the first one to teach me everything I know as a wreck diver. That boat, it's funny. A lot of people say, oh man, there are a bunch of assholes on that boat, like the crew and the captain. And my thing every time is like, why? Why are they assholes? Because they're not laughing constantly and telling fucking jokes, and maybe they tell you things that you don't want to fucking hear that are the truth. And if they say you suck, it's like, maybe only your mother loves you, dude. And that, that doesn't mean everybody else has to fucking love you. Your mother can tell you that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they do it because this is the boat that does more serious for a charter boat, okay? So you have charter boats, you have private boats. What you can do on a private boat and a charter boat, two different things. Mm-hmm. You still have customers that you're responsible for. And that whole thing about they sign waivers. Tom knows that means dick.
It means nothing.
Means nothing. Does not mean that when you die, the lawyer's not going to tell the wife to sue you, the daughter's not going to sue you, everybody and their mothers will look to sue you, and they're probably not going to win because you did sign a waiver. But it doesn't mean that you win. You're still paying all this money defending yourself over the course of the next 2-3 years. Right?
For to go nowhere anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm. But you're still paying.
The only ones that win is the fucking lawyers.
Right.
Exactly.
So the independents, they were doing the deeper stuff. Like there was a couple of other charter boats in New Jersey. They would do the real mainstream stuff. The independents would do the deeper stuff. And we're talking about, upwards of like 200 feet, 250. But the big thing with Dan is even all of his customers, we call them cattle boats. When you show a C card, a certification card, just because you have the card, you get on. Just because you're certified don't mean you're qualified.
That's right.
That's how we look at it.
Yeah.
You could have fucking bought your card, man. You could have got some. You could have got it from some shitty instructor or just pushing cards. Right, like Patty paid. Mm-hmm. You paid for your card. They're all about the money. Dan vets everyone. He vets all of his customers to the point that that's why people are like, wow, he's a dick. No, he's not a dick.
He's a good captain.
He's a good captain.
He's a good captain.
He's brutally honest. And I'm sorry, Snowflake, that you can't handle this. But if you want to be on his boat and you want to do these dives, you're going to abide by his rules. Mm. And he will call 10 people. If you just sign up for let's say you sign up for a dive at 180 feet. You can't just call it. So this is how I went to the independence. I sign up for like a deep dive. He calls me and he goes, who are you? I was like, oh, hi, I'm Chris Ogden. He's like, yeah, all right. He goes, who do you know? So I gave him like Chatterton's name. And he called John, my instructor, John Chatterton. He talked. But he'll reach out to 5 different people.
Good.
And he will vet you because he can't afford for you to die.
That's exactly what you should be doing.
And it's not bad. It's hard for him. He's got to take all his time out to do this for everybody. But anyway, that's how he is. And the crew's the same way. And very, very knowledgeable crew, all of them. So I got on that boat as a customer. I think I was diving with them for like a year before I became crew. Then I kind of became his golden child on the boat. There wasn't much that I couldn't do. But at the end of the day, it's only because he taught me and the crew taught me. These guys have a lot
And
of
you listen.
experience.
You
Right, you get your balls busted, you get smacked around, but it's all good. Like, you're the baby on the boat. It's another thing that people can't.
You're an apprentice.
You're an apprentice, and I'm used to that because I came up through construction. So if you can't have thin skin.
Yep.
You know, you can give it back too, but take it.
Well, see, here's the thing too. So we were saying earlier about you got to get on the boat, right?
Yeah.
The captain it's his job to size you up. Most guys will bring you out. Will tell you what, before you do that 180, before you do that 130, we got a couple in 50 foot.
Exactly.
I really think you should see. So you get certified by any one of whoever. Pick any one of the companies. They have a criteria. This is what you got to do. I have seen people in 1 year go from open water 1, advance, get all the way up to master diver with 25 dives.
Wow.
So the instructor through the agency teaches you how to dive. When you get on a boat like that, they teach you how to survive. So what ends up happening is your gear gets set up different ways, and you're going to set it up where any one of these agencies are going to go,
Which the other guys, they taught you how to pass and not teaching you how to.
Right. So you learn your basics. Well, you learn your basics, and then you cut your teeth on the boat. But you're taught how to survive.
You get a driving license. You never drove on a fucking parkway.
That's right.
You know, you spend most of your time on a parkway, but they don't teach you how to drive on a fucking parkway.
Right,
But you say you're a driver.
Exactly.
You know?
So on that boat, they taught me everything. I was taught how to tie into all these wrecks that, they're deep. A lot of these wrecks are deep.
Too deep for me.
And
What's the deepest you ever been?
600, a little over 600.
Fuck.
150.
150, still fucking deep.
150 still
It's
dangerous.
Hell yeah.
It's comfortable for me.
Uh,
I like to go long.
does anybody know what the deepest part of the ocean is?
Yeah, 37,000 something feet Mariana Trench.
Fuck, 37,000?
Titanic's at 12,000 feet.
There's no
The
human
deepest known part of the ocean was 37,000 feet, which was done in a sub, Challenger. It's called Challenger Deep, and that was part of the Explorers.
It's been 37,000 feet?
Yep, they went down to the deepest part of the ocean.
That's what, in the 50s?
Forgot when. I think it was around the
It
50s.
was
right?
just a round ball.
But they found the bottom?
Yeah.
They hit
Oh,
it.
I thought the bottom has never been found.
Well,
No,
no.
no.
What? I'm sure there are deeper parts. I mean, we didn't scan the whole ocean.
But there's also parts of the ocean that's never been explored.
Absolutely.
They know more about
70%
space.
of it.
Yeah. You see that fucking fish with the light in the front?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be light in its fucking head. Yo, so when you go down 600 feet, you have to stay in a chamber?
No.
When do you get in a chamber? What is a chamber?
So chamber, commercial diving, saturation diving, right? Now, if I want to be efficient and I'm actually working down there, right? Somebody's paying me to go down and work. Commercial divers. If I go down to 600 feet, like I was doing a project in Florida called Push Button Hill. It was about black coral. So it's like an invasive. It's an elusive coral that they never really knew that these coral were that deep, because usually the coral feeds on the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
This black coral, deep water shells would thrive down there, and they're trying to figure out why. And this project it looks like an underwater mountain range, with the top of the mountain being at 200 feet deep, the bottom of the mountain being around 650 feet, and
A lot of coral.
a lot of coral, and the Gulf should come and rip around. He'll carve this mountain out of the bottom. It was literally carved it out. My job was to now in Florida. It's even funnier. It's some people, they are scared by it. Some love it. I love it. It's relaxing. You hot drop. So in Jersey or our wrecks, we fix to the wreck. Right? In Florida, you shoot bags under decompression. So you shoot a bag, but you stay on the bag and you reel up to your next stops and you drift. And the boat follows a cluster of bags. And that's how he follows until he follows all the divers. You got to give him your time so he knows how to bunch you guys up, right? That's with any boat, though. You always give it time, total run time. That includes your decompression time also. But in Florida, you hot drop. So the captain's job is to calculate the depth, what the current's doing, how fast the current's moving, and he will drop you X amount of yards or hundreds of yards away from the wreck. And as long as you're sinking at your 100 foot a minute, or whatever that is, you should hit the wreck or close to it. So it's just like it's a skydive. And you're just going through the blue. So now you got no bottom in sight, you got no surface in sight. You're just dropping fast. And you have to. You can't take a break in the middle. You're going to miss it. You're going to blow right over the wreck. You'll be gone. So we hot dropped it. And so the job was to get down to 600. And you really don't have time to stay at 600 feet. And it was instantly to start filming zigzag patterns up the wall. Film the coral. Then as you're coming up, you come up 500, 400, 300. Get to the top. Once you get to the top of the mountain at 200, come up 100 feet, shoot the bag. And that was that dive. Now the difference is, for a commercial diver, he's getting paid to work. So he can't just go down, hit the bottom, and come up. I wish everybody could do that. It'd be a lot of fucking money to just do that, right? So they gotta stay down there for 6-8 hours. There's a thing called, supersaturation. Your body's getting saturated with nitrogen as you're getting down there. The bubbles that's your decompression. That's why it's like
it's all for the bends, right?
It's all for the bends. But at a certain point,
and the bends
your body
is
cannot
oxygen
get
in your blood.
Is nitrogen in your blood.
Nitrogen in your blood. Bubbles in your blood.
Bubbles in your blood. You can't let them come out of solution. Is the key.
What happens is the bubble gets to your heart, and then instead of
anywhere,
it's
spinal.
It tries to pump the air instead of the blood. Is that what happens?
Well, yeah, foam up, right? You start pumping foam, or in your spine. That's that's
kind of like when a motor. When a motor gets water don't compress, but oil does. Like a head gasket goes, water gets in there, bang.
I gotta talk to you about head gasket because I feel like my truck's either got a bad head or a bad gasket. I'm blowing white smoke and I'm losing coolant.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it sounds like.
Can you help me with that?
It's either a head gasket or a cracked cylinder, or cracked sleeve or something.
You think you can look at it?
What year's that car?
It's 2017.
Why the fuck so? Did you overheat the car?
There was a recall on it. Not a recall. There was a bulletin on it that fucking certain years they had a bad casting that had like a pinhole in the head.
Yeah, so
you guys are real cocksuckers,
Definitely have a problem. The car should not be. It overheats regularly.
No, it doesn't overheat.
What is the temperature gauge set at when you're driving?
210, 215.
It's a little
in the middle. But it will pick up. No other trucks have done that. Like if you're on it for a minute, you go up to like 230 and then drop back down.
When you say white smoke, are we talking steam or are we talking smoke?
I think it's smoke.
So it's not smoke.
And I'm losing
If
coolant.
it's smoke, if a head gasket smoke, it'll be white smoke all over the fucking road. Like.
It's not that bad yet. Not like my 6.0.
How often you losing coolant?
I'd say I top it every week.
You check the radiator?
No.
You smell it.
But why? I smell it in the tank. You smell the sweet smell out of the pipe.
Yeah, but where's it coming? Is it coming from the motor or is it coming from the radiator? I mean, it could be coming from one of the hoses. It might not be coming from the motor.
But how would it get to the exhaust?
That's just, you smell it coming
Yeah.
out the exhaust?
Oh yeah.
Damn, that's different. I gotta see it.
Yeah, not today, obviously, but I'll bring it to you some other day and look at it together.
But that's
I'm not
definitely
anything for free. Just say,
No,
you know how to
no.
do this stuff.
That's it doesn't sound like something that should be happening with a car so young.
No.
I think it's only how many miles?
70?
Yeah,
It's a defect somewhere.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Bad casting.
But anyway, back on
Bad head or a cracked sleeve or something. Yeah.
back on that. So
And you've got two, which makes it fuck. Cause it's a V8, right? Not fun.
Yeah, wood side, pull plugs, check them.
what's that?
Pull
Yeah, do a leak
and
down
check 'em.
test.
I just
Compression
did
test.
the plugs on it.
Yeah, do a compression test and
Why?
see if the cylinder's bad.
Oh, so do you mean the head?
It could be either or. It could be the block or the head. You know what I mean? That's why you got to do a compression test to see what's wrong.
The block. What would be wrong with the block?
Could be a cracked sleeve.
How big is that? That's a big job, huh?
Hell yeah.
Great motor.
Oh boy, now you're scaring me.
But I don't understand why this is. Has this always been happening to the car?
I just got it.
Oh, okay.
Go fucking figure. About a month ago. I'm so used to it. Every fucking truck I buy. I had a 6.0.
I'm really
Did the whole motor on it.
I'm really unlucky when it comes to cars too, for some reason.
You
Third
put a lot of
one.
money into it.
Third fucking engine. This one, touch wood, we're doing pretty good with this one. This one's holding on, so it is.
At least you're very understanding. My wife hates when I talk about engine work. I mean, it's almost caused so many fights.
What would get me mad would be like, I'm gonna give it up, I'm gonna sell it. I'm like, you're not selling after all.
When it breaks, I
See, that's what I do too. Then I'll put like,
I have a hissy
15
fit,
grand
I
into the
start
truck.
crying, fucking,
And I'm
fuck
like,
this,
you're
fuck
not
that,
doing
and
no
she's
such
like,
You're a
said
piece of shit.
it's done, I'm not doing it no more. Like, even when she crashed the scooter, I'm like, fuck this, we're finished with racing. She's like, no, you're fucking
All the
not.
headaches you gave me talking about it, now you're gonna sell it? I'm like, get out of here.
Not allowed to sell it now. Now she's in.
That's not a bad deal.
It's alright, right?
It's all right.
Yeah, it worked out. Worked out
So,
not too
hey,
bad.
with the commercial diving, your body can only get so saturated by nitrogen until it stops. That's it. You can't get any more bubbles in you.
You're full.
So with that, you stay in a bell now. So that bell is under the same pressure as you're working at in the water. So you can do this for weeks, as long as you want, theoretically.
But a bell is above surface or below surface?
Below. So you
And
have a
a bell.
mothership with a mother bell,
And when you say a bell, that's like a room? It's
like a room. Like the bell on the ship would be the size of this room. I'd have 5 bunks in it. You get your breakfast, lunch, and dinner through a pressurized hatch, like a space station, right? And then there'll be a supplemented bell, supplemental bell, that goes to the bottom of that and it locks off. So every night you'll sleep in the mother bell on the ship, and the small bell will be locked off to the bottom of it. When the morning comes up and you got to go to work, you open the hatch, go into the small bell. Shut the hatch, pressurize that bell to depth, go down, do your work, 8 hours on the bottom, come back in, jump in the bell, that bell takes you back up to the mother bell, lock off, have your dinner, go to sleep. And you do that for 3 weeks. And then you'll last, and don't quote me on the times. These guys, I don't do saturation diving. I know enough about it just by, at the end of it, as the ship is going back to port, they will slowly knock down that pressure over the course of a week or whatever, 3 days, whatever it is. And they'll bring you back to atmosphere. And that's it. The decompression's over.
What kind of money does a man like that make?
A lot of fucking money. It's a fast cowboy life.
Mm.
The problem is you can't do it too long. Your body is not made to do this. You gotta remember that.
You're guaranteed to get hit.
You got a short span with that, right?
Right.
Can't
Yeah,
do it for your whole
You
life.
probably do it for what, 15 years, maybe?
Like, would they get paid hundreds of thousands?
You know, you gotta, yeah, right. You get those guys are making over $1 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got how much money you got in equipment to even own to fucking do
How
that?
much?
Well, that's all on the oil.
Well, that's all on whoever's
Yeah, it's how much. Like you own your own hat. That's it.
Big
The
deal.
hat costs you fucking $7,000.
Them boys probably go spend it all and come back with nothing.
Fuck yeah. So many drugs, we got it.
I believe it. It's that kind of lifestyle. It's like the boys are working
Drugs
on
and-
oil,
drugs
the boys working on oil rigs or
Yeah.
working the mines.
Like
or-
roughnecks, right? They go
Yeah.
out, they fuck.
spend
Spend
it all.
Drugs. When
No.
they're going out drinking, partying,
Yeah.
fucking that's all they're doing.
Yeah.
They're coming back to work.
You're not usually a married man. With
No,
that
it's
job.
not a job for married and kids.
Mm.
It's not. So
Does your wife worry about you diving?
yeah, I think she does.
But like her, like she was,
Like, I hope so.
but somewhere like driving's a mad one, but they won't worry
Yeah,
about
it's fucking nuts.
it. Would she ever want you to stop diving? Should have been my question.
It'll never happen. She knows that.
It's a desire.
Never happen.
It's a love. It's
It's
a
been-
desire.
it's been
It's
said.
part of you.
Yeah.
Mm.
It'll never ever.
You know.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years with it?
Where do I see myself in 5 years with diving?
Yeah.
Listen, my goal, as far as like the type of diving I'm doing, I don't think it doesn't get much more advanced, and there is nothing else.
Jesus, I think you can only backtrack.
Yeah, you can probably only
600
downscale
foot.
from what I'm doing now
Mm,
It's
as
the
you're
most
getting
advanced
older.
version of diving.
Yeah, absolutely. You could only downscale because
You can
again,
only
getting
digress.
older. I'm not gonna be able to do this forever. Your body changes.
Would you like to teach people how to do it?
No, I would know.
He didn't even fucking think about it. No.
No, it's not that I don't like to teach people. I like to I always hate saying I'd mentor people because I've learned to really humble out because I was a chess beater when I first started and people have put me in my place. And that's why I feel like I have the respect that I have today.
Mm-hmm.
But I say like I would mentor people. And
We are so opposite. It's unbelievable.
What?
Me and you.
Why?
Because just I stay more shallow. You go more deep. I was always very timid on the boats. It took me oh shit, man! It must have taken me 3 years to cut the umbilical cord, where I just dive in solo.
Oh yeah.
Much happier.
When you mean
I love
umbilical
solo.
cord, that's your fed?
No. It's just figure of speech.
Alright,
Like
okay.
I would have a dive buddy. Eddie was a great guy, but
Oh yeah, we didn't even tell them that we were all solo. All of us dive alone. We don't dive together.
yeah, we don't dive together. You're on your own. You get off the boat.
Yeah.
Your ass is in your own hands.
Yeah, we look at each other like, well, not us, but if we're doing deep stuff, like you're more of a liability to me as a buddy.
You are.
You are.
Absolutely.
I don't want to have to worry about you. I don't want you worried about me.
How worried do you have to be, like getting snagged and that's something?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Right.
I've been
Coral-
trapped. I've been
corals-
trapped. I've been lost in wrecks.
Coral's a real big problem, right?
Go what?
Coral
Coral. What about coral?
No.
doesn't cut you and shit.
I don't care about being cut. I get stabbed in the fucking head all the time down there.
Mm.
That's why we're at
I
helmet. I've been wearing a helmet since I was
What's the
3.
craziest? You took short bus.
I just put lights on it now.
What's the craziest wildlife you've came across?
Fucking sharks, man.
Uh,
They're annoying. I jumped in with a white shark on a dory one morning. It must have, I don't know. It was like one of those mornings where it was just fog, like really bad fog. And remember how when we went out that day and it was so fucking calm out, like glass? It's almost awkward. Not awkward, it's eerie.
Yeah, Erie. I was gonna say Erie actually.
It's eerie. Because it's like just too quiet. It's too calm. It's like something's gonna happen.
when you go after like 3 miles off the shore and you can't see no fucking coast and it's just horizon as far as I can see all around. Like anytime I've been out deep sea fishing, I find that pretty weird.
I love that.
I
I think it's the
guess.
most peaceful thing in the world.
I guess.
And when you're 120 miles out, you have no light from land at all. So the stars and everything are just like you're out there on the back deck, and it's just like
The canyon here in New York is 100 miles offshore, right?
okay, yeah, we're past the canyon.
My boys all go fishing out there regularly for tuna and all that.
Yep.
Mm.
But yeah, sharks, man. Like I jumped in, it was that foggy, and it's just eerie in the morning. It's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. I just roll out of bed, and I have to go set. And Joe goes, "Get in." I was like, "Would you shut up, man? I just woke up. Give me a second. Let me have like a fucking coffee." He's like, "All right, just get in." I'm like, "Oh, fuck off." So I go out and I'm like still yawning. I put my dry suit on. I'm about to go down to fucking 250 feet right now. I'm still sleeping. It's like doesn't even
It's
compute.
like a job.
Right, well, it's like it's a life-threatening dive, number one, and I'm still like half asleep. And the dory is no joke. Like everybody keeps saying now, they're like, "Oh well, the dory is not the Mount Everest of scuba diving anymore." Well, to me it is, and to me it's because of the conditions of the wreck. It's not the depth. I can give a shit about depth. I'll go to 700 tomorrow. If I have beautiful conditions, that depth is irrelevant to me. It just tells me that you're going to be bored out of your fucking mind on the way up because you're going to sit there for 4 hours.
Mm.
So depth, forget it. It's current, it's visibility, it's entanglements, it's trap hazards, it's getting lost inside of a wreck.
The wrecks, the ones that aren't collapsed, you got to worry about them fucking collapsing while you're in there too.
Some of them are waving in the wind, man. You're watching the walls wave. Some of them, you go down, the ship's upside down, the engine is fucking still bolted above you. Now, the size of those engines, and it's going to fall.
At any day, one day, it's coming down.
Is it going to be my luck
No.
that I'm under it? So I'm getting in the
bad
water
luck, you
though,
have no luck sometimes.
and I'm looking at there's the fog. It's just quiet. Nobody's out there yet. Everybody's like still waking up, and I'm like, all we need now is like a big fucking shark to come by and just really cap off the mood here. So everybody runs to one. They're like, look at that fucking monster. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Getting in my gear. I'm like, come on, shut up. They're like, no, look. And I look over. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding. His dorsal fin must have been coming this high out of the water. I have a picture of him. Not like of him close.
Great white?
It's great, huge great white.
Fucking hell.
And Joe goes,
When we were out fishing, I seen them circling the boat. It's the fucking maddest thing you'll ever. And it was a thresher shark. It wasn't even that big, but with the one with the big funny fin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Those are good eating, aren't they? The Threshers?
I
That's
had.
what I hear.
Remember, I brought you home a big steak. It looked like something out of the Flintstones, like Dino, fucking with the big bone in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Big backbone runs right through the whole fish, so the steak is like this, and then the big bone in the middle of the steak.
I never had Thresher though.
Yeah.
I've heard they were really good eating.
We cooked it. It was weird, right?
Was it?
Yeah, it was weird.
Why?
I don't know. I brought her home what, bluefin as well, yellowfin or bluefin or something, tuna.
Yeah, bluefins are massive.
Massive, yeah. My boys Ollie and George. Shout out to the boys there. Always out there fishing. Fishful thinking charters. Catching big fucking shit.
It is.
That is scary looking. What?
Look, dude.
Dinosaur.
He's huge.
Yeah, literally.
Dinosaur.
Probably 23 foot.
It was huge, dude. Yeah, but it's like fucking super peaceful out there like that.
Yeah, it's unreal. Man.
It's nice when it's calm out there, though.
Yeah. But yeah, just like diving in Doria with, my mentors out there and them teaching me everything. And now it's funny because I don't, like, how old are you?
32.
Alright, so I'm 34. I don't consider myself old yet, even though I keep saying it.
Feel old.
Yeah, I do.
Once I hit 30, it felt weird.
You're middle aged.
I was
You know?
Closer to
I was
fucking
50
40.
full time.
I don't know. I still feel 18.
Still feel 18.
Listen, I may
In the head, definitely.
I
The
may
body-
have more aches and pains, but you know what?
But the body's different. Isn't
I
it?
gotta grow old. I gotta grow up.
They say the eyes go at 40, right?
My eyes have fucking been shut.
About 35. That's when I noticed that I got LASIK. But
I want to get
you
lazy.
gotta grow old. You don't gotta grow up, and I'm sticking to it.
That's a fucking
So
great
to
statement.
me, I just do it.
Still a
Just go
fucking
have
kid.
fun. Yeah.
You have to be.
You know, I mean, I am extremely fortunate. My wife is phenomenal. You guys are talking about cars, and I mean, I have my car that I bought when I was 16. I was going to sell it.
Still
She
have
goes-
it?
She goes, "There's no way you're getting rid of it." So I went out and I bought another one.
What is it?
Firebird, did
My
you say?
68 Firebird.
Oh shit.
I have a convertible too. And we go cruising in.
How much you pay for the 16?
$1,500.
Fucking hell. Can't buy a set of wheels for that, man.
I know, right? Yeah.
Off any car.
No, shit.
Fuck cars. People are selling shells on the Civics for fucking thousands.
I bought the convertible for $4,500. That was a total restoration.
What's that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, boys, I'm gonna piss my pants and I'm sure you're starving.
Yeah. Oh, is that place still open?
Yeah, we'll get somewhere.
Alright, good.
I poured the plata down.
I know I said I'm starving about 17 fucking times.
Yeah.
Where's
And I do have
where's
to
where's
consult.
18?
It's
It's alright.
Saturday, so you should start.
Saturday night, right? We'll get something.
Probably good till 10.
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Boys,
whatever.
I want to say it's fucking been a real pleasure to meet you. Can't thank you enough for making a big drive down.
Right
It's a real
back at you,
legend.
kid. This
And,
is
Thank you for having us.
fantastic.
Hopefully one day maybe I'll get it on the boat for you.
One day, hopefully,
Make
fucking
you
this weekend coming up, you're on the boat with us.
Fuck, I'm ready.
If you want to
So,
go,
like we said,
Listen, like I said, I make his tea, coffee, whatever it is. I
Well,
will
we
not
would-
be diving, but
we
I can
would've
be a
been-
good mate.
you would have been out with us today or tomorrow.
The weather.
You see the fucking
monsoon.
the weather. It looks like a fucking hurricane right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully next weekend. It's just he runs when we have the weather.
Ready when you are, but any help you need in the boat, I'm there for you. So I love that shit.
just
Yeah,
come on
just
out, man. You know,
have fun.
I mean, let me know you're coming so I make sure I get enough steak.
There you go.
Yeah.
That grill is.
Well, you have Tom's number now.
Yeah. I have
So
it
Tom
now
will
for the
just
group.
when he updates us, we'll just shoot him a text too.
Vice versa, whatever, man. Every Saturday we run.
Saturday or Sunday, right?
Well, Sunday's usually one and done. We're in and out.
Maybe
quick.
I'll bring some Irish luck with me as I find some gold.
Bring some fucking Irish breakfast.
There you go. Got Irish sausages.
Yeah.
We get the key food here in Limerick has a big
I
Irish
love
section. You ever wanted? You get
Do they?
fucking bacon,
Yeah.
sausage, all the shit from back home. You get the bread and everything.
Oh, sweet.
You get all the chocolate and all
That's
as well.
awesome.
Well, I can't do bread, right? I can't do carbs. I'm doing my keto thing.
Alright.
Fucking.
You know, that's no
I
fun.
think I'm supposed to not be doing carbs. But
Why?
Just trying to diet
high
too.
sugar.
High sugar.
High sugar, yeah.
I do it for a quick fix. So just
I
drop
take
like
all the
20,
shit.
you know.
Fuck it, give me it all.
It's so
I don't look like this by
It
accident.
sucks.
Took me
I've
20,
been
I love
140
bread.
for
I
the
love
last 10 years.
pasta.
took
I
me
love
20 years
potatoes.
to
Cushion for the push.
It took me
yeah.
off.
So like,
for the
so
push.
when there's the zombie, apocalypse, I got at least
You're ready
3
to
months
rock.
with the reservoir.
And on that bombshell, boys, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Hopefully, I'll be on a boat with you. We'll find some cool shit and fucking report back to everybody.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Boys, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Gentlemen.
You too.
Thank you. Let's go get some fucking food. Boys, girls, stay dialed in for episode 008 coming soon. Thank you all so much. Yo, yo, yo.